to the Department of Agriculture family, to our colleagues in the DA Bureau of Agricultural Research, sa ating mga magsasaka at mga mangingisda, isang magandang umaga. Ako si Christina S. Estrada from the Knowledge Management and Information Systems Division of the DA Bureau of Agricultural Research, and I will be your host for today's online seminar. Isang maulang September po sa ating lahat. We have been sandwiched by two strong typhoons. Sa northern Luzon yung una, and this time Opong is at the eastern part of the country. I hope we're all dry and safe, pati na din ang properties and livelihood natin. Ang resource speaker po natin will be coming from one of the more bagyuhing regions, kaya need nila i-preserve or i-lengthen ang overall lifespan ng kanilang produce. Officially, the title of the seminar is From Farm to Chips, Unlocking the Market Potential of Veggie Chips, and it's from the project Market Assessment and Refinement of Veggie Chips in Camarines Norte. But before we introduce our speaker and formally start our knowledge sharing, yung usual reminders po natin. So one, please comment your location and affiliation para alam natin kung hanggang saan ang naaabot ng ating serbisyo. Number two, please follow our social media pages. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/DEBarOfficial or search nyo lang DA Bureau of Agricultural Research. And we also have Instagram. It's at DEBarOfficial. And please follow our page. Also, since near-remove na ni Meta ang live videos in 30 days, our YouTube account is youtube.com/@DABarOfficial so that you can revisit past seminar episodes. And also, this time po, isang form na lang ang ipopost namin for your certificate. It will just be the attendance sheet. So we will be posting the attendance sheet right before matapos yung discussion ni ma'am. And it will only be up until 11:30. So, hanapin nyo na lang po before matapos yung discussion na ma'am. And also, of course, ask questions sa ating expert because hindi siya laging andito. And we are actually honored and glad that she is with us kasi medyo malapit nang dumating sa kanila yung bagyo. So anyway, without further ado, our speaker is a dedicated public servant with experience in agricultural research, development, planning, and project implementation. Earlier in 2021, she joined the Philippine Rural Development Project Plan Component, where she provided technical support in the formulation of value chain analysis and provincial commodity investment plans, strengthening the strategic planning capabilities of local government units. Her long-standing commitment to women's economic empowerment is evident in her involvement in the Great Women Project 2 from 2017 to 2020, where she provided critical support in planning, monitoring, and coordination of enterprise development initiatives for women micro-entrepreneurs. She also held various technical positions in the provincial government of Camarines Sur, where she was responsible for agricultural data management and development planning. She currently serves as a Science Research Specialist 1 and the head of the Socio-Economic Policy Unit under the Research Division of DA Bicol Region. Let's all welcome Ms. Maria Vivian Ayo. Good morning, Mang Bing.
Good morning po. Good morning sa lahat.
So ma'am, bigay ko na po sa iyo yung floor and flood the discussion away po. Thank you.
Yes po. So, good morning sa lahat po sa ating mga nanonood ng live stream. So, hindi pa naman kami masyadong binabagyo. So, pinagbigyan pa po tayo ngayon kasi medyo okay pa naman yung panahon. Pinagbigyan tayo para matuloy itong ating seminar series. So, in this seminar, we will explore one of the promising agri-food innovation that transform our vegetables into a value-added product, which is the veggie chips. So, in relation to our topic, from farm to chips, unlocking the market potential of veggie chips, my discussion will focus on the completed research study conducted here in Bicol region, titled Market Assessment and Refinement of Veggie Chips in Camarines Norte. Now, this study not only evaluates the readiness of our veggie chips produced in the province, but also it explores consumer preference, consumer behavior, the market acceptability, and also the product refinement. So, next slide, please. So, a brief information about the project. This project was implemented by the Department of Agriculture RFO 5 Research Division with funding support from the DA Bureau of Agricultural Research. Yung project site po was in Calasgasan, Daet, Camarines Norte, and the project was implemented for 1 year, so from April 2023 to March 2024. Next slide, please. So, what were the driving factors behind the study? First of all, there's a growing health awareness among our population. So, consumers tend to shift their food choices. Uh, they want their food, they want food products that are high in nutrients and can offer health benefits for them. So, this shift also increase the demand for natural and plant-based options, particularly vegetables. So vegetables are essential component of a balanced diet because they are rich in vitamins and they also are good a source of fiber. Now, fiber helps in digestion. It also helps in the regulation of our blood sugar levels. And another thing, vegetables are rich in antioxidants, which helps prevent chronic diseases. Next slide, please. Now, in Bicol region, um, according to PSA data in 2020, it recorded a 136,560 metric tons surplus in vegetable production. So in Camarines Norte naman, meron pong 6,993 metric tons surplus. So ito pong surplus na to, if not used, will become, it will increase the losses of farmers. So magiging waste po siya. But on the other hand, the data indicates the availability of raw materials na pwedeng i-process for value-added products. So we all know that vegetables are perishable. So especially yung green leafy vegetables natin, nagde-deteriorate na po siya within 3 to 5 days. But the good thing is, yung vegetable po can be processed and transformed into other products, yung value-added products. So next slide, please. So, these vegetables can be processed into veggie chips para po maging mataas pa yung value niya. Now, veggie chips make healthy snacks. So, veggie chips can be a one alternative option for healthy snacks because they are rich in fiber and low in calories. Next slide, please. So, in Daet, Camarines Norte, meron na pong nagma-manufacture ng veggie chips, the Gyra Food Products. They started producing veggie chips in 2017 and in 2021, according to the Gyra Food Products, yung average production nila is 569 kilos of veggie chips na per month. So that's about 142 kilogram per week. So based on that data, yung demand po is 250 kilograms per week. Ang nasusupply lang po ng Gyra Food Products is 142 kilograms. So meron pong supply gap na 108 kilogram per week. Next slide, please. And so, na-propose po itong project to answer the kakulangan po ng supply. So, we targeted the Helping Hands Community Organization it is a registered organization in Camarines Norte, they shall be provided with interventions related to the management and production of these veggie-based products. And to make the veggie chips more competitive in the market, it will be enhanced based on the results of the market assessment. So um, we expect that there will be an increased production ng veggie chips once na inadapt na po yung technology ng ating project beneficiary. So the project beneficiary, the Helping Hands Community Organization, will also have an economic opportunity to increase their incomes and improve the lives of their family members. Next slide, please. Now, for the brief technology description of the technology involves the processing of vegetables into veggie chips using vegetable puree or dehydrated vegetables. Veggie chips are thin, crispy snacks. They are made from fresh vegetables and come in different variants and packaging sizes. They offer a healthier alternative to regular chips, packed with natural colors and nutrients of real vegetables. Now, the process of producing these chips includes first, syempre, i-wash yung vegetables, peeling, grating. It's either gawa ng puree or dehydrate yung vegetable. We mix them with other ingredients and para makapag gawa po ng dough. And then we roll the cut. Pina-fry po siya, deep frying, and eventually ipapak po. Next slide, please. So what are the project objectives? The general objective of this project is to assess the market and enhance the veggie chips products towards commercialization in Camarines Norte. We have three specific objectives. The first one is to assess the profile and requirements of the potential market for expansion. So yung profile po will include the age, the income, the educational background, etc. And number two, objective to enhance the processing protocol and product quality based on the requirements of the market and in compliance with quality and safety standard. Number three, to enhance technical and entrepreneurial management capacity of the Helping Hands community organization. Next slide, please. So, ano po ang ginawa namin sa project? So, these are the methodology na inadapt namin. First, we conducted a market assessment. So, dun sa market assessment, we conducted survey interview to 100 consumers and 29 market outlets. So, we prepared separate two sets of questionnaires, one for consumers and one for market outlets. So, for consumers, ito po yung mga product attributes na in-evaluate. So we have 7 product attributes po. We have color, the size, crispness, hardness, saltiness, taste and flavor, and aroma. And we also conducted store check to check kung merong mga competitive products na nasa market na. Next slide, please. So after consolidating the results of the market assessment, in-enhance na po yung product based doon sa anong attributes ang kailangan based sa expectation ng mga consumers. So we conducted series of product enhancement based doon sa lumabas na product attribute na kailangan i-enhance. So with the help of technical personnel from our regional food laboratory, also under the research division, tinulungan po nila kami para ma-enhance yung product. Next slide, please. So after enhancement of the product, we conducted sensory evaluation. We invited 23 trained panelists, yung mga experts po na nag-evaluate ng aming improved veggie chips. Next slide, please. We also capacitated the members of the our beneficiary, the Helping Hands community organization. So we conducted a total of 7 trainings, 4 entrepreneurial trainings, and 3 technical trainings. So we conducted training on production planning and inventory management so that they will be effective in managing the operations of the business. And also training on packaging and labeling, kung ano po ang kailangang ilagay sa label, ano yung standard, ano yung mga kailangang mag-appear sa label, and personal entrepreneurial competency development training para po ma-develop yung self-awareness and entrepreneurial mindset ng mga beneficiaries to improve their decision making. We also have training on financial management, yung mga basic financial concepts po tinuro dito. For the technical training naman, training on standard sanitation operating procedure and good manufacturing practices. Ito po kinandak namin to ensure compliance to sanitation practices and para po to prevent product contamination and to ensure safe product na magagawin ng ating beneficiaries. So, we also conducted training on training on the processing of veggie chips kasi transfer po yung technology sa kanila. So, nagkanda kami ng hands-on training para alam nila kung paano yung pag-process ng veggie chips. Next slide, please. We also provided them with a processing equipment. Aside from that, yung supplier po ng equipments nag-conduct po ng orientation para po alam ng mga beneficiaries kung paano po i-maintain yung mga equipments and for sustainability na rin po. Next slide, please. We also designed and distributed product catalogs. Ito po yung product catalog. It contains a description about the project, about the project beneficiaries, and yung pong about the product yung veggie chips. Included din po yung NutriFacts dyan sa product catalog. So, dinidistribute po ito pag may mga trade fairs and dun sa mga lugar na merong maraming tao sa schools, sa mga market, ayan po, na-distribute po siya para po ma-promote yung product. Next slide, please. So we also provided technical assistance to comply with regulatory requirements. So makikita po natin dito sa label nila, meron na pong NutriFact. So we submitted yung products nila sa DOST, sa laboratory, para po makita yung analysis ng products na gagamitin po nila para po sa pag-apply for license to operate sa sa FDA. Next slide, please. So, eto na po yung significant findings po ng study. So, for the consumer market survey, the data resulted to 99% ng respondents daw are consumers of veggie chips. So, ibig sabihin, isa lang yung sa na-interview namin, isa lang yung hindi nagko-consume ng commercial chips. And also, 81% of them have consumption experience with veggie chips. So, malaki po yung yung data na nagko-consume na, marami po ang nagko-consume ng veggie chips sa Camarines Norte. So, it implies familiarity with the product. Kasi nga po, doon naman po talaga nanggagaling yung production ng veggie chips. Kasi local po yung nagpo-produce ng veggie chips. And interestingly, yung 19% na wala pang experience o hindi pa naka-consume ng veggie chips, they are all willing to try na ma-experience yung consumption ng veggie chips. So ano po yung motivation behind this willingness? Kino-consider kasi nila na yung veggie chips daw po ay healthier alternative snack. So next slide, please. So, ito pa po yung perceived frequency consumption. So, tinanong namin sila kung ano yung frequency kung magko-consume kayo ng veggie chips. So, taas po yung frequency, 44% sinabi na 2 times a week sila magko-consume and 23% naman once a week. So, ito pong mga datang ito, just indicates that yung may potential po sa market yung veggie chips natin. And also, yung Gyra Food product po, so existing na po yung products nila. So they have 6 variants, yung tomato, carrot, squash, ampalaya, malunggay, and okra. So yun po ang ginamit namin para sa taste test during our survey interview. So yung pong mga respondents, they were able to taste the product. So pinarank po namin sa kanila. And ito po yung result, top 1 po yung carrot, ito po ang most preferred variant. Rank 2 naman po yung tomato and rank 3 naman yung squash. And at 35, para po sa pricing naman po ng product, at 35 pesos for 50-gram pack and 65 pesos for a 100-gram pack, consumers are willing to buy the product. So, meron pa po kasing isang packaging, yung 100 pesos naman na 250 grams. Ang result naman po nun is nag-aalangan po sila kung bibili sila or hindi kasi medyo mataas na yung price. So, ang ang ano po namin dito na habang tumataas yung price, nagiging lesser po yung consumption for the product. Next slide, please. So, among the attributes na tinest namin, in-evaluate, so ang lumalabas po, yung size and crispness have significant means. Yung size po, 3.44 ang mean niya, mean score, na ang verbal interpretation ay somewhat too big in size. And crispness naman po, 3.67, somewhat too crisp naman po. So, ito lang po yung may significant mean. So, ito po yung magiging basis for refinement of the veggie chips. Next slide, please. So for the market outlet survey naman po, results show that majority of the market outlet respondents are sole proprietor. And para naman sa market outlet experience of selling veggie chips, 52% po sa kanila ay meron ng experience. So that's majority, more than 50, majority of the market outlets nakapag-experience na po na magbenta ng veggie chips. And 7% din po, hindi naman sila nagbebenta pero nagiging part of their menu, especially sa restaurants po. Naka-integrate sa menu ng mga siniserve nilang pagkain, yung veggie chips. And sa volume sold per week, pinakamarami po yung 50 gram at 115 pieces and 250 grams, 116 pieces. Next slide, please. So, ano po yung mga major outlets na-interview namin? Ito po yung mga restaurants, pasalubong centers, supermarkets, and sari-sari stores. So, yung veggie chips po, nandito na po sa mga market outlets na to. And on the perceived salability, sabi po ng mga market outlets, 86% po, nagsasabi sila na ang veggie chips daw po ay saleable at its current price. Yung pricing po natin na pina-evaluate sa kanilang product, yung 50 pesos, 65 pesos, and 100 peso pa. So, aside from that, mataas din po yung perception nila na magiging saleable yung refined veggie chips. So, 83% of the market outlets perceive na yung refined veggie chips natin magiging saleable. And a significant majority or 68% of the market outlets express willingness to sell the improved veggie chips product. Next slide, please. So ito naman po yung estimated demand. Tinanong po namin kung ano yung estimated demand nila kung magbebenta sila nung improved veggie chips. So, ang total po is 96.25% at 25 kilos. So, lumalabas po dito na ang pinakamaraming demand nila yung 50 gram and 100 gram packaging. Pero makikita din natin sa data na yung hindi naman lumalayo yung 250 grams kasi kung ang makikita natin ang total kilo niya naman mas mataas pa na 50 kilos yung demand. Next slide please. So, based nga po doon sa result ng market outlet na ang medyo malaki daw po yung size ng chips. So, na-reduce po siya to about 2 inches to 1.5 inches na medyo mas convenient po siyang kainin kasi kasya na po sa mouth, hindi na po napuputol. And to attain the crispness of the chips, the frying time was reduced to 1.5 minutes from 2 minutes. Next slide, please. So ito naman po yung results ng sensory evaluation. The product attributes were generally acceptable with minor feedbacks. Ang feedback lang po na lumabas yung carrot and tomato sizes are somewhat too much pa. So medyo malaki pa daw po. Pwede po itong i-relate sa manual cutting kasi wala pa po silang available na yung machine na magka-cut na pare-parehas. So hindi po naiiwasan na medyo malaki pa rin yung iba sa kakat ng veggie chips na especially na hindi pa po sanay yung ibang mga members na process ng veggie chips. So sa aroma naman, 5 variants have significant mean scores with verbal interpretation as somewhat lacking. So parang yung ano niya, yung aroma niya, yung natural aroma ng vegetable parang hindi siya masyadong naaamoy. So, ang medyo okay lang yung ampalaya. So, for the ROI or the return on investment, for the 6 variants, ang ROI po ranges from 44 to 54%. So, ibig sabihin, may profitable naman po na mag-engage sa veggie chips production with the 6 variants of the vegetables. Now, for the product label, meron na pong product label, nutrition facts dun sa product label ng HHCO and na meron na din po silang brand name, na-assist na sila ng DTI para makapag-register ng brand name nila na Farm Bites. No, next slide please. So, ito po yung updated ng product label ng refined veggie chips. So, po dyan yung may circle, nandyan na po yung kanilang brand name na Farm Bites and makikita po natin sa lahat ng variants, meron na din pong NutriFacts. So, next slide please. So, ito po yung conclusion ng study. There is a high response rate that shows market acceptance for the refined veggie chips. The untapped market who are willing to try and sell the product and a high perception of the perceived salability indicate a potential market for the product. So based on the results of the sensory evaluation of the refined veggie chips, it was generally acceptable with only few attributes to focus on for further refinement. And of course, the trainings provided to the beneficiaries had equipped them with knowledge and skills and helped them gain confidence to start and manage their veggie chips production business. Now, the processing equipment which were awarded to the organization will also help them efficiently produce quality and safe products. Next slide, please. For the recommendations, with a promising potential market for the refined veggie chips, it is recommended that the project beneficiaries start producing the veggie chips to cater to the local market and address the demand for the product. Now, although the product was enhanced based on the results of the market assessment, the sensory evaluation shows that there are still attributes that need refinement. So, continuous refinement will improve processing techniques to sustain production and increase sales. And also, it is recommended that the organization ensure compliance to regulatory requirements para po ma-build yung consumer trust and credibility in the market. And also to keep abreast with industry updates, um, nire-recommend po na mag-attend sila ng seminars, conferences, and training sessions. Next slide, please. So, ito po yung mga possible impact ng ating study. Vegetable market will become strong and expected to grow with the increased demand for the production of veggie chips. Another one, enhance the processing protocol to produce quality and safe product based on the requirements of the market, making vegetable more competitive in the market, and also increase income of the farmers and the members and improve quality of their life. Next slide, please. So ito po yung background ng project beneficiary. So yung pangalan po nila is the Helping Hands Community Organization. They are registered with the Department of Labor and Employment or DOLE, but currently they are applying for to be a cooperative sa CDA, sa Cooperative Development Authority. On process na po yung application nila. And their address is in Calasgasan, Daet, Camarines Province. So ito po yung contact person, si Miss Emeline Labor. Siya po yung president ng organization. Next slide, please. So I will show you yung process po ng paggawa ng veggie chips. Yung first picture po, yung winawash muna po yung washing of the vegetables. Second po, yung peeling of the vegetables. Kung kailangan balatan, binabalatan like yung carrots and squash. So, kailangan balatan. And kung may seeds naman po, inaalis yung seeds, especially yung sa sa squash and ampalaya. So, after that, nilalagay po siya sa puree po. Dadagdagan ng water para maging puree, vegetable puree. And then, next is finimix po lahat ng ingredients. And then po, gagawa ng dough. And then, ilalagay po siya sa dough roller para numipis yung ating dough. And then, ikakat na. And also, if i-deep fry pa po, and finally, ipapak na siya sa mga pouches. So, ang ginagamit po ng ating the Helping Hands, yung resealable na pouch. Next slide, please. So, ang veggie chips po, hindi lang po pwedeng maging snacks na plain. So, you can also serve this as veggie nachos with topping. So, usually sa mga restaurants, sa mga bar, ito po ang ginagawa nila. Ginagamit yung veggie chips as nachos na may toppings. And yung second picture po, it can be served sa restaurants na yung kasama ng sandwich instead na fries. Yan po ang alternative nila, yung veggie chips natin. And of course, you can eat this fresh from the pouch. Next slide, please. So ito po yung market and promotional activities na ginawa namin for the project beneficiary. So meron po na-feature na po sila dun sa Umasenso Online Live dito sa amin sa ginawa po ng aming information office sa RAFIS. So, isa din po ito sa pagpo-promote ng product. And also, nai-invite na din po yung HHCO sa iba-ibang trade fairs like yung nag-participate po kami sa yung anniversary ng DA Bar. So, dinala po namin doon yung product and natikman din po siya ng ating mga key officials and other employees na sa DA Bar. And just recently, nag-participate po sila sa Gainsa Trade Fair during our last week lang po, during the Peña Francia Fiesta. So na-invite na din po sila doon. And ano po, yung veggie chips po laging naka-display sa aming Technomercado ng dito po sa research dito lang po sa compound ng DA. So yung veggie chips po isa sa pinakamabentang products doon sa aming Technomercado. So next slide please. So ito po yung project team. Yours truly, Maria Vivian Ayo. Ako po yung project leader. Si Ma'am Arlene Idiasis po yung naging study leader namin. And yung research assistant namin is Wilvina C. Barneto. So kami po yung project team. Next slide please. So yan lang po. That completes my presentation. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Bing, for this interesting and comprehensive presentation on the market of the veggie chips in Camarines Norte. But before we proceed to our Q&A, again, magtanong po tayo kay Ma'am Bing. Sure ko naman madaming interesado kasi ang dami pong nag-register sa atin. So please magtanong po tayo kay Ma'am Bing because we don't always get the opportunity to talk to her. And also, Ma'am Bing, tingnan po natin, silipin po natin, hindi ko na kasi mapa-flash, pero silipin po natin kung anong itsura ng demographics ng mga nag-register for this seminar. Okay. So, madami pong nag-register. Hindi ko na sasabihin exactly kung gaano kadami, pero sobrang dami pong nag-register and 67% are women. Yung age range po, it's almost half of the attendees are in the 20 to 25-year-old range and followed by 26 to 30. Tapos, in terms of location, pinakamadami po, Central Luzon, followed by Calabarzon and Bicol Region and NCR and lahat na po meron din. Occupation, madami pong interesadong students. We also have 13% agriculturists. Tapos, teachers and professors at 10%. In terms of agency and institution, 36% are from state universities and colleges, and madami pong unaffiliated at 22.7%. Then meron din po tayong lagpas 100 people comprising the 11% ng nag-register na indigenous people. So, yan yung mga kapatid nating katutubo. Dami pong nag-register. And ako din po parang na-imagine ko po at this point na what if yung mga katutubo natin eventually yung mga kapatid natin, ma-reach out natin with this veggie chips, magkaroon sila ng technology and more, diba, parang mas better opportunities for their livelihood. Then also we have PWDs at 3%. Meron din po tayong members ng Fisher Folk and Farmer Cooperatives. And ito po yung ilan sa ating cooperatives. So we have Taslan Farmers Association, Mafisco, Tampakan Agriculture Cooperative, Ayugan Farmers Association, Sumyaan Agricultural Cooperative, Alsa Farmers Agricultural Cooperative. Then we also have San Lorenzo Vegetable Growers Association, Uswag Makabari, ang dami po. So nakahisang mag-uuma sa Gihalinan Cooperative, ang dami-dami po. Then we also have members of the Rural Improvement Club, ating kababaihan, meron din po. So meron po tayong RIC Women Entrepreneur Association, Santa Justina Rural Improvement Club, Gulayan sa Paaralan, Rural Improvement Club, Cabanlacan Chapter. Meron din po palang Kabataang Agri-Base Mimaropa. Ayan, kaway-kaway sa ating mga kabataan. Tayo ang future ng agriculture and ng Pilipinas. So, ayun. So, ma'am, ang dami pong nag-register today and sana din po madami ding magtanong. Ayun, madami nang nagtanong. Parang 3 minutes lang ata akong nagbasa tapos ang dami nang nagtanong. So ma'am, eto po, eto, i-ano ko lang po to, i-up ko lang po to kasi may mga nagtatanong for potential partnerships and trainings. May projects ka daw po ma'am or any yeah, saan daw po ito po from Sir RT Martinez, kung nag-o-offer daw po ba kayo ng training, especially doon sa mga hindi taga Camnorte, hindi taga Bicol, and also, paano po pag gusto nilang makipag-partner sa inyo? Although hindi specific, pwede po sigurong ma-discuss mo kung paano pag makikipag-partner in terms of marketing the product and that trainings.
First of all, yung trainings kasi namin, hindi kasi kami yung technical ano sa mga training. So we also invited resource persons from the Department of Trade and Industry. Sila po usually yung nag-conduct ng trainings namin. So nakipag-coordinate kami sa DTI, Camarines Norte, kasi yung pong mga trainings on entrepreneurship, lahat forte po 'yun ng DTI. So, in-invite lang po namin sila. So, sila po ang naging resource person namin. So, kung interested po kayo, pwede naman po siguro silang i-invite kung anong trainings. Pero yung sa agriculture training, pwede po kami.
So, ma'am, ang dami talagang tanong. Hindi ko na ma-recap masyado. Prepare mo na lang po sarili mo, ma'am. So, okay, in terms of, yung nag-training po more on the entrepreneurial side, it's more on livelihood entrepreneurial. It's DTI, and yung mga agriculture related, it's DA. And maybe po, makipag-coordinate na lang kayo either sa DTI or sa DA in your region to check if they offer training opportunities and such. And yeah. Okay, magkano daw po ma'am ang puhunan from May Mendreje?
Depende po ma'am sa ipo-produce nyo. Wait lang, tingnan ko po yung code ko po. Kasi po yung sa production ng veggie chips na 4 kilos po, yung production cost po is about 6,000. So may ROI na po ng 44% yun. Pag
Okay, so,
nagsa-start po kasi syempre maliit pa lang yung production. So kasi ititest mo pa naman yung market. So mag-umpisa muna sa maliit kasi depende po sa price ng konti lang naman po ang kailangang ingredients doon eh. Ang marami po doon is flour and yung gulay. So depende po kung ilan ang ipo-produce, ilang kilo mo. Syempre magsa-start ka muna sa konti. So pag konti, konti lang naman po yung less than 1,000 siguro kaya na po.
ma'am, ito po bang veggie chips natin, kaya siyang ma-produce ng backyard producers natin, yung if wala silang machines or anything?
Yes po, pwede naman. Kaya lang magmamano-mano sila ng magro-roll. Yung rolling pin ang gagamitin nila. Pero kung meron silang dough roller, mas mabilis po siya i-process at yung ibang equipments.
Thank you, ma'am. So, move on to this question. May ano daw po, ma'am, parang in terms of vegetables na pwede nating from Mr. Pedro Bringas, may lahat po ba ng gulay pwede nating gawing chips or parang may may parang limitations based on studies? Ma'am, hindi ka po ma'am naririnig. Nakamute ka po.
Sorry. So ang trinay lang po kasi namin yung mga available dito sa amin. So yun lang muna po ang trinay namin. Pero basically po pwede siguro sa ibang gulay, sa ibang klase ng gulay. Kasi ngayon po yung Gyra Food Products, Gumagawa na sila ng kangkong, pechay. So, kung ano po ang available, pwede naman sigurong gawin kasi pinu-puree lang naman po yun.
So, since you mentioned puree and other vegetables, kahit kahit anong ano, in general po ba yung process nyo lang is pinupuree tapos hinahalo sa flour? Is it the same process po?
Yes, yes po.
So,
Ipu-puree mo na bago ihalo sa flour. Kasi pag cut lang, masyadong hindi po maganda yung texture. So, kailangan i-puree siya para mas pino siya and tsaka mo ihahalo dun sa other ingredients like flour, may egg din, and yung other ingredients po.
gano'n po kadami yung parang yung other, let's say in 1 kilo of the dough mixture, mga ilang kilos of ano po, vegetables yung nalalagay nyo dun? Puree din.
Sa isang kilo po na vegetable, yung flour po is 1.5.
Okay.
At trinay namin dagdagan yung vegetable, kaya lang hindi na po siya nabubuo. So, so yun po, 1 kilo ng fresh vegetable, 1.5 kilo ng flour.
Okay.
Yung nilalagay na.
So that's around 40% of the weight po.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So from Miss Jean Carmel Punzalan, yung drying temperature daw po. Hello, ma'am? Hello, Ma'am Bing? Ayun, medyo Ma'am Bing. So I think we are having technical difficulties. Medyo malapit na po kasi yung bagyo sa kanila. Hello, Ma'am Bing. Saglit lang. Okay, so for now po, hintayin natin si Ma'am Bing for siguro 3 minutes maximum. Ayun na, saan makabalik. Hintayin po natin si Ma'am Bing kasi sobrang daming questions na naghihintay sa kanya. So for now, I'll just be flashing the okay. Sige po, inaayos na daw po ni na Ma'am Bing on their end yung connection nila. So pahintay na lang po saglit. Okay, for now po, we will just, ayun, nakabalik na si Ma'am Bing. Hi, Ma'am. Hello, Ma'am. Magsalita ka nga po, Ma'am, to check the audio.
Okay po.
Okay na po.
Hello, hello.
Okay na po, Ma'am.
Sige po.
Okay, Ma'am. I think we ended po dun sa, I think, temperature, ayan, drying temperature.
Ang drying po, depende po sa tawag dyan, sa vegetable. Pwedeng 60 degrees and depende po sa vegetable po kung ilan ang length of time. Meron pong inaabot na 5 hours, meron pong mabilis lang. Yun po.
Based on your experience po, Ma'am, alin po yung pinakamadaling vegetables na ma-dry? Alin yung pinakamatatagal?
Ay, kasi wala yung taga-food lab dito. Anyway, yung matagal i-dry kasi yung squash kasi madami yung content, moisture content niya, yung water. Yun ang yung ano yata, yung malunggay ang mabilis.
So if in case po magiging parang backyard production lang to, like small, parang walang machine, medyo magiging challenge din po sa kanila ang pag-dry nito kasi 'di ba po magmamatter din yung crispiness niya halimbawa sa kung controlled nyo yung drying or not, diba?
Opo, kasi kung wala kang dehydrator, mahirap. At iba din yung kasing nasa sun-dry kasi nag-iiba yung texture niya and yung kulay niya. So, mas maganda kung dehydrator ang gagamitin, yung machine na pang-dry. And pag dehydrator naman, kailangan marami kasi sayang yung kuryente. So, kung small scale lang naman, usually, ito nga sa HHCO, ang ginagawa nila, hindi pa sila masyado nag-dehydrate kasi konti pa yung ano nila, production. So, fresh vegetables pa lang ang ginagamit nila. So, puree ang ginagawa nila. Pero kung maramihan na, and syempre, magdadry ka para ah, hindi ka abutin ng mataas na presyo. So, para ma-preserve mo yung vegetable, kailangan mong i-dehydrate. So, kung mababa yung presyo at tataas, alam mong tataas na siya, so mag-dehydrate na ng vegetable para meron ka pa ring magamit kahit mataas na yung price ng vegetable.
Ma'am, na-test nyo po ba yung shelf life ng products ninyo?
Hindi kami nakapagpa-test sa laboratory kasi kulang na yung time. Kasi pag nagpa-test ka ng shelf life, abutin ng more than 1 year. So, pero yung association and yung Jaira Food Products kasi dati na silang gumagawa, um, naglalagay sila nung anong tawag doon na pang-preserve, pang ano ng moisture, pang-absorb ng moisture. Nagiging 3 months yata yung product. Pero now that nag-provide tayo sa project ng yung sealer na may nitrogen flashing, so sabi nila tumatagal ng 6 months yung product pag properly pack na doon sa resealable pack. So gano'n. So nagbigay tayo ng yung sealer na may nitrogen flashing para mas tumagal yung shelf life ng product. So inaabot na daw ng 6 months na yun.
Pero hindi nyo pa po officially na-test. At least 6 months na yung
Sila,
short.
kasi sila ang
Sila.
nagpo-produce kasi nandun na sa kanila yung product. After na nung project, tinest naman nila based on yung observation lang. Pero sa laboratory, wala pa pong lab test ng shelf life note.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And this one's from Miss Jelaine Mitch Desena. With regards with the processing, how does the process, such as drying or frying, does the process reduce the nutrients naturally found in vegetables? Lalo daw po, how about yung nutrients daw po na sensitive to heat? May ibang alternatives daw po ba to processing? I think the context of this is more on the nutrient kung na-reduce or not.
Yes. Alam naman natin na pag na-expose yung product sa heat, talagang nare-reduce yung nutrient content. But through yung yung sa cooking, pag nagfa-fry, ni-reduce na natin yung frying time to 1.5 para ma-preserve nga yung nutrients. And mas maganda nga sana yung ibang alternative processing, hindi ka magfa-fry. Kaya lang yung available technology po dito, yun po yung process. Kaya yun din ang in-enhance namin. But we have other alternatives like pwede siyang i-oven. And then yung tawag dyan, yung vacuum fryer. So, mas maganda daw po yon. So, hindi pa naman, kasi wala kaming ganong equipment dito, hindi pa naman namin na-try. So, mas maganda daw po yon yung vacuum fryer kasi walang oil. So, ito lang po yung ginamit namin kasi ito po yung technology na available. So, ito po yung in-enhance namin. Available dito ang technology.
Okay, sana po magkaroon pa tayo ng partnerships with other agencies para magkaroon tayo ng additional machinery.
Yes po.
Ayun po. Ay, ma'am, ano daw po yung tawag dun sa machine na ginagamit sa pagpulma pag na-mix na yung puree at harina?
Ano siya? Dough roller.
Dough roller.
Yung para maging manipis yung dough before mo ikat. Dough roller ang tawag po doon.
Available na po ba siya sa market or you had it custom made?
Actually dati na kasi yun dito sa ano namin, parang binili na yun na gano'n. Meron ding mas malaki nun, merong gano'n lang. Yung size na napakita ko dito sa ano, sa presentation, yun lang yung maliit. Pero meron ding mas malaki, pero siyempre kung magsa-start pa lang, do'n ka lang muna sa maliit. Available naman yun kasi marami naman akong nakitang gano'n, hindi lang dito sa amin.
Thank you, ma'am. So, ma'am, may nagtatanong, are you allowed to disclose a sample recipe or no? Hindi pa ano?
Ay hindi pa yata.
Okay, so need pa munang ma-patent and medyo
Opo, opo.
sensitive po
Kasi we're into that, yung pagpa-pattern ng ano, ng product.
Thank you, ma'am. Ayun. Ito po, situational. Ano pa daw pong vegetables yung parang personally as a team gusto nyong potentially i-process as veggie chips?
Okay. So, yung mga siyempre ang ipo-process natin yung kung anong nasa available dito sa atin ano. So, meron kami ditong pechay, kangkong, and yung ano, ang maganda yung sili. Puwede may nakita kasi akong ano, pero hindi nga yun dito. May naggo-grow din dito yung bell pepper kasi medyo mabango siya and masarap. May nag-try na, so magandang i-ano yun, i-commercialize, yung gano'n.
Yung bell pepper po ba, more of as, parang as addition lang dun sa existing recipe nyo or more of, more on bell pepper veggie chips talaga siya?
Bell pepper veggie chips, oo. Yung parang pinaka vegetables siya, yung bell pepper.
Sige. Thank you, ma'am. And eto po ba, yung ginagawa nyo daw po bang vegetable chips, galing daw po ba sa first harvest or second harvest?
Actually, hindi pa kami ngayon nag-aano meron kaming farmer na grupo na ka-collab, pero kasi nga hindi pa masyado yung aming production nito. So, bumibili muna kami sa market. Yung grupo bumibili muna dun. So, kahit ano po, vegetable na first or second harvest, okay lang po. As long as maganda yung quality niya. Opo, mas maganda nga po kung naturally grown yung vegetable para talagang free from mga pesticides.
Thank you,
Yan
ma'am
po.
Ping. So preferably, kahit anong gulay, but preferably free, organic.
Opo, mas maganda po organic.
Okay, ma'am, this is an interesting question. Ano niya na po ba daw? Parang na-explore niyo na yung fish meat in veggie making.
Hindi pa, magandang idea yan, pero hindi pa namin yan na-try kasi talagang more on vegetable lang yung ano namin. Pero you can try it po, magandang ano yan, suggestion na
So far
incorporate
po,
yung fish. Kaya lang, paano siya ang problem dyan, medyo yung texture niya, kung kailangan sigurong i-puree din yon yung fish para yung texture niya maganda, smooth texture ng chips.
so far po, ma'am,
Pwede niyo
in
po i-try.
particularly in Cam Norte, ano po yung maybe surplus na fish or na naisip nyong pwedeng gamitin if ever?
Fish.
Oo.
Yung
Or
fish na
hindi pa,
ilalagay.
in case po,
Ay, wala
or hindi pa
akong,
napapag-isipan? Hindi pa po.
wala pa kaming ano idea kung anong pwedeng ilagay na fish or meat. Pero siguro naman kahit ano, basta available sa market, kahit anong meat or fish, pwedeng i-integrate dito sa chips.
Wait lang po, ma'am. I'm scrolling through the questions. Ang dami po kasi. Anong flour daw po yung pinakamagandang gamitin?
Maganda yung plant-based flour. Kaya lang, siyempre mas mahal. So, ang ginagamit muna ngayon dito sa amin yung all-purpose flour. Pero you can try po. Kaya lang mas pricey po talaga yung mga plant-based flour. Pero pwede niyo pong i-try.
Thank you, Thank you, ma'am. Tapos, um, ayun, ma'am. For partnership distribution opportunities, madami pong nagtatanong, paano po kaya yan?
Ano po yun? Distribute na procedure and copy po ng
Ay, sorry, ma'am. Mali yung naano ko. Pero, ayun, ang dami po kasing question. Pero, may mga later na to. Pero may mga nagtatanong po, paano daw po sila magiging distributor if ever ng veggie chip?
distributor po. Okay. Pwede pong you can write sa amin through our director and i-coordinate po namin doon sa grupo na nagpo-produce ng veggie chips. Ayun po. Kasi sila nag-a-accept naman po ng reseller. Pero ngayon, ang reseller nila nandun pa lang sa sa Camarines Norte kasi very small pa lang nga po yung nila, yung production. Pero if you're interested, pwede naman pong mag-letter kayo dito sa DA, address sa aming director, para po ma-coordinate namin doon sa producer dito po sa Helping Hands Community Organization.
Okay, ma'am, ito more on specifics na tong mga tanong. So, anong cooking oil daw po yung gamit nyo?
Ano bang cooking oil ang ginagamit? Coconut oil yata. Pero you can use any oil na na healthy.
Okay. And this one, ma'am, ano daw po yung ratio ng vegetables sa water if it's okay to disclose? If not, then we can move on to the next.
Ang dinadagdag lang po is 450 ml
So, ano,
na
um,
sa isang kilo na fresh, 450 ml para mag-puree kayo ng vegetable.
okay, thank you, ma'am. Wait lang, ang dami pong tanong.
Pero
Okay.
yung po yung tomato kasi marami po yung water content niya, pwedeng kahit wag nang lagyan ng water.
So, tomato lang naman po yung medyo masabaw, di ba? So, no need na for. Ito po, ma'am, from Mr. Lorenzo Blanco. Ano daw po yung future steps na ina-eye nyo for now? Ayun. Nakikita din nila yung potential talaga.
Yes, malaki po talaga yung potential nitong veggie chips. As of now po, meron pong kasi nung nag-visit si Director Soriano doon po sa processing facility, although hindi po sa kanila yung processing facility, nakikigamit lang po sila. Nagbigay siya ng ng fund for the construction of a processing facility na actually na-award pa lang. So mag-uumpisa pa lang po kami na magpa-construct ng facility. So yun muna ang first step kasi kailangan po humihingi po ng license to operate yung ibang mga market outlets like yung sa mga groceries para display sila ng product doon. So pag wala pang FDA certification, hindi pa po pwede. So yun po, pagkatapos yung facility, pag na-construct na, mag-a-apply po sila ng license to operate. And tuloy-tuloy na po yon. Later, mag-a-apply na din po ng Certificate of Product Registration, CPR, para mas maging marketable and competitive yung veggie chips natin.
Thank you, ma'am. Ito, wait lang po. Magtitingin po muna ako kasi medyo kulang na yung time natin eh. Sige, i-weigh ko po muna kung aling question yung sunod kong papalabas. Ito po, ma'am. Ito, as follow-up din po sa kanina, hindi daw po ba nade-defeat ng ano ng hindi daw po ba nade-defeat ang purpose ng pagchi-chips nyo dahil bumababa yung yung nutrient content niya.
Based naman po dun sa NutriFacts na results ng NutriFacts nakalagay na nga po dun sa label. Medyo okay pa naman po yung calories niya is range from 160 to 180. So acceptable pa naman po 'yon. And meron pa naman pong ah, mga nutrients na natira, and also yung salt content niya po is mababa, yung fat content niya po is mababa din. So yun po, compared po dun sa ating nakikitang mga commercial chips na nasa market. So mas healthy pa rin po siya.
Thank you, ma'am. Ito po, balik tayo sa oil. Ilang frying use daw po yung oil na ginamit? Up until once lang
Once
po.
lang, opo, oo.
Magastos po ba to sa oil?
Dapat lang i-schedule yung pagpo-produce siguro, kasi para batch production, hindi lang yung pakonti-konti, para hindi siya masyadong magastos sa oil. Kung titingnan kasi talaga, kasi deep frying po siya, medyo magastos. Pero kung batch naman po yung ating gagawin, batch production, mas makakatipid tayo sa oil, kasi hindi na po nire-recommend na 2 beses siya gamitin. Once lang po talaga.
Thank you, ma'am. Ito po, ma'am. So, from Cebu, gumawa daw po sila ng malunggay chips kaso hindi nag-expand pag nasa oil na. Ano daw pong possible na meron or kulang or pwedeng baguhin sa mixture nila?
Depende kasi po kung anong nilagay yung ingredients doon sa chips, kasi po kami flour and yung mga minor ingredients na pangpalasa, like yung egg, meron kaming egg, and yung konting salt, paminta, yun lang naman po. Possible problem sa mixture. Hindi ko po masasagot, kasi siguro yung mga food tech natin ang yung nag-enhance po sa amin ang makakasagot, yung technical personnel natin, kung anong naging problema dun sa mixture niyo. Depende po sa